What's up, Peace Nick Battle, aka NinosCorner, man. You're episode 50 of the NinosCorner podcast, man. Monumental night this past Saturday, man. We had an awesome producer battle between none other than the RZA and DJ Premier, aka Primo. Man, it was probably the best battle that we've seen so far. We had John versus T Pain. We had Tim versus Swizz, which is a good battle. We had Manny Fresh versus Scott Storch. But this one, the RZA versus DJ Premier, this one was an amazing, amazing battle. Goes back into the essence, man, of like the 90s hip hop. And these guys kind of like fathered that gritty, grimy sound that just beat up the airwaves. You had, RZA with the Wu-Tang Clan, who had 9 members that could all spit. They could spit their hearts out. They could pretty much go bar for bar with anybody in the industry. Then you had DJ Premier, who did tracks with the Jay-Z's, the Nas's, the AZ's, Guru with his group Gangstar, the MC8s, you name it, everybody, man. He's done records with everybody. Just such an amazing producer. So as I was listening to this battle on Saturday night, I was trying to keep count with who won the battle. And once the battle ended, I just started thinking to myself, I said, you know who won this battle? Hip-hop won. Hip-hop won this battle, man. The fans won this battle. Hip-hop won this battle. I mean, the game needed this. The game needed this. And it was just very, very refreshing to see that hip-hop in its truest form isn't perfect. It's not quantized. Everything's not quantized. Sometimes the loops are going to be a little bit off. The snares are going to be a little bit off, but that's what makes hip-hop hip-hop. It's the imperfections, it's the impurities of the game. It's doing what is best at that moment. It is the DJ, aka producer, who is coupled with an artist or a ton of artists, as in RZA, and you make sure that your beat meets their flow. Both of these guys, what I like about both of these guys is that they had some of the grittiest beats that you can ever listen to. I mean, some of the grittiest beats, but they were able to make it simple enough, but not dumb it down, but make it simple enough to where the artist that they produce it for could bring light to it. And that's that is the perfect representation of what you want a DJ to be, what you want a producer to be. You want a producer to be a guy who's not going to overshadow the artist. You want the artist to shine. You want the artist to have some light. And that's what both of these guys did. I mean, godly. They went, 23, 24 songs deep. The battle was only supposed to be 10 songs apiece, so 20 songs total. But they just kept going. And some of the beats and some of the songs that they were playing after 20 were songs that were hits, like smashes, like the Triumph from the Wu-Tang. I mean, I was like, golly. Gangstar's like their first mainstream hit that they didn't even want to be a mainstream hit. That was like number 22, from Primo. So it's like they had so many hits, man. So many hits. And it was just amazing. Amazing to hear it. And I'm going to tell you who else won. True hip-hop artists. And I'm not saying all the artists out now aren't true hip-hop artists, but artists like Griselda, man, they won because their producer, Derringer, is one of those guys who lets the beat build, and he makes it simple, but not, he doesn't dumb it down. He doesn't make a dumbed down beat. He makes a beat that fits, Benny and Conway and golly, I can't think of, like all the guys' names, but yeah, he makes a beat that is tailor fit for those guys, man. And it is just amazing to hear, amazing to see that you have producers who are still in that mode to where they can make a beat that's not they don't want to be the star, They want the artist to be the star. So, other artists that won because of last night, if I go from west to east, you got guys like Mozzie. Mozzie's one of my favorites. He's a gritty, straight hip-hop dude. Dom Kennedy is one of those hip-hop artists that is a throwback. He's a guy that could have easily been in the 1990s and fit in. He could have been a rapper in the 80s, the 90s. He could have fit in any era when it comes to rap. He is just that good. Like I said, Mozzie, Dom Kennedy, King Crooked. Crooked Eye, man, has always been one of my favorites. Straight hip hop. Guys like Kendrick Lamar, which Kendrick is one of the greats, right? He might be top 5 when it's all said and done. But what Kendrick does, and what I love about what Kendrick does, is he doesn't oversaturate the market. You see a lot of guys who say, I don't write, and they have an album come out every month. You can tell that they don't write. It shows. Of course, they might make an abundance of songs. They're about quantity, not so much the quality. So they'll make an abundance of songs. They might make 100 songs in a month, and they'll put out 100 songs that month. They'll do 3 mixtapes with 33 songs a piece on them, and voila, you got 100 songs out in a month, and you oversaturate the market, and now everybody's playing artist X, right, or artist Y. And one of those songs is bound to be a hit. So the hit ratio is still not, if you get 1 out of 100, that's not a great hit ratio, but you do have a hit. You're on the radio. What I love about guys like Kendrick is they do stuff like the old guys. I'm gonna say old guys because this is my generation. They do stuff like the hip hop generation before them did. Like Ice Cube would take two years to come out with an album. Public Enemy would take 2 to 3 years making an album. You saw how long it took Dre to make albums, but your favorite artists who had substance and took time with their albums because they wanted to make sure that the album was a masterpiece. Scarface took time, time in between albums to come out. He wanted it to be a masterpiece. So guys like MC8. MC8 was another guy who took time, in between albums because he wanted his albums to be really, really good. And so guys like that won last night, right? Because it showed the true essence of hip hop. Other guys that won, if you take it from the east to the west, or I'm sorry, from the west to the east, like in the south, you got, of course, I said Scarface. He's a GOAT. He's a Hall of Famer in this game. Guys like Big Crit. Crit won last night. Crit is one of those guys that is an amazing talent. Is a very amazing talent. One of the most slept on and underrated artists out there right now. Guys like, from the Midwest, your Commons, your Freddie Gibbs. Man, Freddie Gibbs is a beast. Guys from the East Coast, if you take a look at like the J. Cole, I'm accounting J. Cole in the South, but J. Cole, I already stated, the guys up in Buffalo, man, those guys, Griselda, they're a monster. Guys like that won. It's that the art isn't lost. And you can tell that the whole crew for Griselda, they're just ready to pop off, man. They're ready to start talking that mess, and I can't wait till they start talking that mess. And shout out to D-Jack, man. D-Jack's my homie, man. I haven't talked to him in a while, in years. But D-Jack, he actually works on that record label with those guys, Griselda. We had some mutual friends, back in the day, and we did a lot of running around together down in Miami, for a cool weekend. He actually managed one of my friends for a little bit. But shout out to D-Jack, man. He's an amazing dude, man. He stuck with this music game for a while and is paying dividends for him, man. I salute you, brother. But, yeah, man, Saturday night, hip-hop, the fans, and the culture won. They won, man. They won. That was an amazing battle. A very, very amazing battle. But, guys, this is going to eat me up because I know all the members of Griselda, and I don't know why I can't name all the names. I know it's, you got Benny the Butcher. I know you got Westside Gun, and you got Conway. Damn it, I don't know why I couldn't think of Conway. Conway is like my favorite one. I don't know why I couldn't think of Conway's name, man. All right, cool, man. But other than that, guys, man, what a night. What a night it was. The next one that's coming up, guys, is going to be the Babyface versus Teddy Riley joint. That's going to be an amazing battle too. I mean, that 90s swing. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing, man. I cannot wait. And Conway, man, sorry I couldn't think of your name, brother, but you are amazing, dude. Shout out, man. I love listening to you, man. You're in my iTunes, Apple Pot, everything you guys do, Griselda. I freaking love you. So keep doing your thing. And DJ, salute, brother. And on that note, guys, Nino's Corner, I am out. Every time I leave a podcast or a talk or a video, I always end on a message. I say, do you. And I do a lot of, like public speaking to kids and stuff at schools. And, I just let them know that, it's cool to be you, man. So just do you, and to do you guys, DOU. The D stands for don't be afraid to fail. The O stands for outgrow your environment. And the U stands for understand your brilliance, man. Because everybody's brilliant at something, man. Just figure out what it is and keep going and keep pushing, man. But on that note, man, Ninos Corner, I am out. On that note, like I said, if somebody tells you that you can't do something, look them in the eye and say, do you. And then go home, look yourself in the mirror and say, do you. And on that note, guys, I'm out. Salute to all you guys. Do you.